PWA community, thank you so much for joining another session. Today we've got a surprise. We've got the Q&A session that's happening. We're talking to suppliers, so all the questions that you've asked across South Africa, we're going to have a conversation with the suppliers in a bit. But I want to talk about the questions that were asked specifically for PWA. So some of the questions that have been asked, the first one is, PWA, please can I book a job? I've got lots of questions asking for a job to be booked. So please be specific when you do ask a question, and the answer to your question is from PWA you can book a supplier. So all suppliers are available to PWA, so please be specific and tell me what supplier is it that you're looking for. And how you book a job, you go to www.propertywithelton.co.za and you would see book a supplier, and then from there you can request a supplier to come through, and we will then facilitate the process for you, and the supplier will come through and see you, and you can communicate with the supplier. So that's the first item. The second item that was asked specifically to PWA is, please tell me more about PWA, tell me more about your company, I really want to know more. So if you'd like to know more, again, you can go through to our website, or alternatively all our social media platforms has information on PWA. Especially YouTube, you can have a look and you can listen to my story in terms of how PWA has evolved and why PWA exists and how it can benefit you as a consumer as well from a construction, property, building perspective. We're going to cut over now and we're going to have a look exactly, go live into the Q&A session. I'm really excited. I'm looking forward to interacting, trying to get all your questions answered in a bit. So let's just talk quickly to Susan. I'm going to ask Susan. Susan, please just introduce yourself. And there's two questions that came through for you, as well as just a comment for myself.
Hi, I'm Susan Root. I'm with Stipple Berman Attorneys. We're doing transfers and registrations, conveyancing department, and also I'm doing bond origination, where I'm doing financing for clients through the 4 different banks. That is Standard Bank, Absa Bank, Nedbank, and FNB, but not SA home loans.
So Susan, there was a question from Lucky. Lucky wants to know, the prime rate is very low at the moment. Is it a great opportunity to buy a home? And if I want to buy a home, what is it that I need to know before I make the decision?
Okay, it's the best to buy a house now. The prime rate is 7.75 at the moment.
Yes, that's right.
It's a very low rate, yes. And yes, what he needs to know is its expenditure mustn't be so high, especially on the bank statements.
Okay.
Whatever reflects on the bank statements. Personal loans and anything that is, debit orders and stuff like that. So especially the personal loans, car loan is always there. That, well, if that is there, then it's fine. But what I actually need is for a client to do a pre-approval. It's right. Just these bank statements and his salary advice. Then I can do a proper pre-approval for him.
Yes.
For sometimes clients, they do pre-approvals on the system of Better Bonds or any other origination company, or the Nedbank app, the bank's apps, and stuff like that. But then they don't put everything in. You don't have to declare everything if something is not on the bank statements. For instance, if you pay the person that's your garden person or the person that's cleaning your house, if you pay that person cash, you don't have to declare that on your expenditure. If you eat 7,000 Rand of food on a monthly basis, you don't have to declare that. The minimum of 1,500 for yourself. If you and your wife buy a house together, yes, it will be 1,515. You don't have to put any kids. If there is 4 kids, you don't have to put 1,500 each of them. You put nothing there. It's just the 3,000 for the 2 of you, or if you buy alone, just the 1,500 for you alone. In order for you to get a bigger approval amount, then to tell them that exactly, no, I'm buying for 7,000 every month or 6,000 every month.
Okay. And tell me, how many months worth of bank statements do you need? Is it like 3 months, 6 months? How many bank statements?
3 months. 3 months bank statement. If the client gets a commission as well with the basic salary, I need 6 months salary advices, and I need 6 months bank statements as well.
All right. Okay.
If there's overtime that I must include, that you get on a regular basis, like every month, or commission, salary plus commission. But if it's just a straightforward salary, it's 3 months bank statements and just the latest salary advice. That's all.
Okay. So Susan, Rihanna had asked, what prevents me from qualifying for a home loan? So what would stop her? Things like RD checks or bounce debit orders. What examples can
yes.
not qualify?
Yes. Not to qualify your credit score. If you are a slow payer on one of your accounts,
yes,
that will definitely bring your credit score down. And also, if there is loans or credit cards that you didn't pay for how many years, that is laying there, that will also be bad credit score. Also, if there is RDs on your returns on your bank statement for 3 months. There are 1 month, it's still fine, we still overlook it, but 3 months in a row, the same thing. Then the client normally comes back to us and say, no, but I found the TV licenses, I found the gym, and I told them they mustn't take it off. But you never went there, you never did anything. You just phone them and say, listen, you don't debit there anymore. What you do is you just draw all your money out, and once it on the first of every month, when their debit order goes through, then there's no money, then it bounces, then it's a bad, it's bad for the credit score. So
So look, I mean, it's all in South Africans' favor at the moment, right? The repo rate is low, so you can get a good. I mean, the prime rate is low, so you can really qualify for a nice property. Whereas before you couldn't, because the interest rate is low now. Also, I mean, within 3 months, you've got enough time to go and sort out all your bills, sort out your debt, make sure there's no RD, which is returned. There's no bounces. Make sure your accounts are squeaky clean. And then you can also just check your credit rating. And also you can go to your local bank as well, and you can do a pre-approval, which is quite nice to show you what you would basically qualify for if you do need to apply for a home loan. So Susan, one last question. Why should people use your services? Why should they come through to Susan?
You know what the banks does is they will just give you an income and expenditure form. That you fill it in and you declare everything.
Yep.
Where with me, and then still what they do is your home loan application will maybe lay there for 2 or 3 days in the tray. With me, once I have everything, between 24 and 48 hours the most, that is where you will get your answers back from all the banks.
Awesome.
And also, I do know exactly what the minimum amounts, the requirements, how much you must eat a month. Even if you eat like 7,000, and I put the minimal amount there, that you can, hide from them. In order for your expenses not to be so high.
Yes.
So, and I do motivate for my clients as well for a better interest rate as well.
You must, because it'll mean they will save money.
Yes, definitely. And if it comes like there's a hidden account that wasn't paid, that they forgot about it, put them in the red or something where they can't get, then I do tell them what they must do. We wait a little while, but what the process is to go through.
Thanks.
I'm out of this stuff now.
But I'm going to ask you to go on mute and give others a chance. But thank you, Susan. It was awesome.
Thank you so much, Elton.
Thank you.
Thanks. It's a pleasure.
No worries. So let's talk to Roz. I know Roz has been on the line from the beginning. So Roz, I'm going to ask you to please put your video on if you can. So Roz, I just want to talk to you quickly. We're talking about inside of the home. It's Christmas time, and people want to get gifts, etc. So in terms of the home, how important is color and aesthetics in the home? Is that important? And then how do your cushions complement the aesthetics of the home?
It's exceptionally important, right? So when we think color, we don't only need to think sort of bold, vibrant colors. A lot of people like neutral colors. A lot of people like neutrality.
Yes.
So look, when you are doing the interior design on your home, right? Whatever you're going to be using, particularly with cushioning, is going to complement and bring out what you've already done. So for example, if you have a stark white home, white sofas with white carpet, chandeliers, perhaps you're going to want something that's really going to make the interior pop. Right. So it's exceptionally important because it creates vibrancy and it creates depth to your home as well.
So your cushions are a nice Christmas gift, and I did say that it'll be nice to gift it through to somebody, which is really awesome. What are the prices of the cushions, and what variety of cushions do you have that people can place orders with you?
Okay, so look, the cushions that we've gone a smaller size, which is the 45 by 45, that's at $450. And then we've gone the larger size, which are your 55 by 55, which are at the $500 mark, right? But the nice thing about the cushions is, so it's so important to remember that A, are bespoke.
Right.
B, they get to whatever your taste is, right? So primarily, a lot of the cushions that we've done have been Picasso type, which have been colorful, they've been bold, they've been block design.
Yes.
The other cushions that I've done, which people really like as well, are your ethnic type cushions, right? And they're everything from African ladies to stick figures to whatever. But I mean, we've done, for example, we've done dogs in, all different hues. Right. So a couple of things, they're going to be pretty funky. As I said, they're hand painted, by the way. So it's not going to be the kind of cushions that you find in your retail stores. They definitely are bespoke. Right. And I mean, the other thing is they're made with love, right?
Which is the most important thing, right? Because if you want to give a gift, you want to give it with love. It's coming from you. So if it's made with love, then it just transitions all the way down through to the end person that's receiving it. So nice, Roz. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Roz?
No, so I think that's it for me. Obviously, these things are, we're getting quite a lot of orders in. They're coming in. They're beautiful for Christmas gifts. It's something that's unique. It's not going to be something that's run of the mill. And if you want something that's going to be a keepsake, that someone's going to have for the next 10 years, that's probably what you want to be leaving them with. Thanks, Alton.
Oh, it's fantastic. Thank you. Okay, Tsangule, how are you?
Good day, how are you?
Good, man.
The challenge of network, it seems as it's everywhere with Vodacom today.
One man, and it's load shedding, and there's quite a few important questions that needed to be answered because so many questions. So your question, though, was around, Thomas asked a question. He says, I need to rewire my home. What is the cost, or what budget should I look at if I want to rewire my home? It's a 3-bedroom house that he has, so he doesn't have a big home.
Okay, thank you very much, and my deepest apology in terms of the network issues. I should have been here at least earlier. But, when it comes to budgets in construction, but to be specifically in electrical, I think it has to do with the location of the house. Obviously, there is the traveling cost involved on our side. But for a 3-bedroom house, I'm not sure if it's just the only 3-bedroom or there is other rooms included.
No, obviously it's a 3-bedroom with a kitchen, dining room, just a standard. Okay. Yeah.
And in terms of the location of the house, did he maybe specify where he's located?
Oh, no way. But you say location is important, though, in terms of where
it's very
travel, etc.
Exactly, because of some locations. For an example, I will give you an example with the Northern Cape. You have to come all the way from Northern Cape to Gauteng to fetch material and drive back there. But if it's in Gauteng, in South Africa, we are based in Gauteng.
Right.
So just to give him a bit of guesswork there, around about 19,000 including material can do, just to be roughly plus or minus.
Okay, no, that's fantastic. So 18, because you have to lay all the wires and rewire the whole home. So it's quite extensive work. Wow.
Yes, exactly. And for rewiring, most of the times the challenges that we do find on site as electrical contractors is the previous contractor's work, obviously, the quality of work that has been done. Now we might find we just have to start the whole process from the start. And from our side, we even do electrical compliance, for insurance purposes and all those type of things.
Yes, those are important. And what's the costing or average costing of the CLCs at the moment? It depends on the home.
Yes, it depends on the size of the home. But on our side, what I've decided to do, I've decided to take them from domestic installation, commercial, and industrial. In terms of the pricing, to avoid to come to your house now is 500, to the next house is 600. So obviously, the customers there, that is where.
Yes, I like that idea. Sorry, I'm talking over you because I like the way you graded it.
No, it's fine. So what we have decided, by the way, let me just represent the business. We decided to go for 1.2 for domestic installation. That's where we do testing, inspection, and if there are minor faults, and then I can to fix them for free.
Okay, perfect.
And then for industrial, it's 3,200 per distribution board.
Wow, per dB. Okay. Per
dB. Only on industrial installation. But for domestic, even if you've got 5 sub-dB boards, the price still remain on 1,200.
Let's look at that.
But for industrial installation, that is when we charge 3,200 per dB, and there is a separate code for maintenance, or when there are faults, minor faults, and all that.
Yes. So tell me something. Just think of this before you tell me what you're going to tell me. There was because Divaldo is the person who asked the question, and Divaldo asked, there was load shedding that happened in I think it's a female or male, I'm not too sure, in their home. They had a power and appliances blew, but insurance doesn't want to pay. Can you? People in that regard, what do they do when there's a power surge, especially with so much load shedding that's happening? And I just want you to try and answer that, because we've only got maybe 5 minutes left of our session.
Okay, I'll try to make it quick. When it comes to, I always advise my customers, when it comes to insurance purposes, every time you've got a claim with them, especially if it's electrical,
right.
The first thing that they need, it's an electrical compliance of the building.
Right.
That is number one.
Why is
Can you please repeat the question again?
Why is that important to have?
The electrical compliance certificate, it's important in this regard. You are certifying your installation that someone qualified came to check, and verify your job, that everything is in good working order in terms of the electrical standards. Wow. If a house has been wired properly, you must listen to this one. That's where they catch us the most. If things have been done properly, even if there are power surges in your building, nothing should blow out.
That's the trick. It needs to be done.
That is the trick. So now if you go and claim from their side, now obviously they will need to understand what happened, what quality of work was done in your property, because of obviously they can't just claim. It's like a car, they will come to check all the nitty-gritties of what happened before you can set up a claim. So the most important thing from customers is to make sure your electrical installation is in good working order. And then you have to always have your electrical compliance in place. So should they give you electrical questions, you know exactly where to go. You can just call me and say, they are not claiming, they are saying this is not up to standard. Now it's me against them. You are out.
Which is so nice, because then you can actually act on their behalf, because we don't work in the electrical stuff. We don't know. We don't
Exactly.
I get that. Okay, no, perfect.
So in conclusion, what they do most of the times when you insure a house, they don't even bother to come. I'm not bad naming them, but I'm just being honest. They don't come, they insure you. One day you've got you lose your TV, now you are going back to them. That is when they start looking for all those documentations, and you don't have them.
Wow, wow, wow. And I think that's something that we need to learn as a country, that we need to ensure that we keep those COC certificates and keep the documentation in a safe place. Because also, if I need to sell my house, and then, you know, we need to maybe involve somebody like Susan, then we've got to, they're going to ask for the COC, and then you don't have it because you lost it. And then we need you to come out and redo everything that was done initially. Is there a time frame for that COC? Does it expire? How long is it valid for?
Yes, in terms of the electrical standard, the COC is valid for only 2 years, 24 months.
All right.
But there is another catch. Should I issue you with a certificate today and you make an alteration to the installation tomorrow, that COC is no longer valid because of there were changes.
Oh, I get that. That's
even if you can, yes, even if you can just add one plug in your kitchen, it means now the whole installation must be retested in terms of the compliance, including that plug.
Wow. Okay, so you were selling your business and you were telling us more about your business. Please carry on. We've got maybe 2 minutes left, and then I'll just wrap up and close the call. So continue and tell us about your business.
Okay, no, thank you. No, we do electrical installation, compliance, and maintenance. We are based in Gauteng, but obviously we go wherever there is electrical work, where there is need, we do go. Like now I'm talking to you from Limpopo in Venda. You see, that's why I'm struggling with the network. We are doing some projects for road traffic management cooperation with the traffic stations this side, but we are based in Pretoria. So we do cover wherever we are needed electrically. I am the director and the qualified electrical installation. So for any electrical related questions, I'm keen to assist, whether through email, WhatsApp. We are always there for our customers. But the most important thing is safety. Yes. In our working environment, in our own homes, and information, of course, because of, people are losing a lot of money, especially with the big companies. You can purchase a printer, you've got a power surge when you just bought the 200,000 printer. Imagine what the insurance is going to say. And for compliance, if you check the prices between the printer and the compliance, there is a very big difference. So I just don't know how, as an individual, as a company, can we populate the whole information for our customers to know. Personally, I do try to get to insurances, to try and assist them to say, every time you're putting these people in the claim, you can even put us as your electrical references in order to clarify the importance of these things, I'm going
to stop you right there because we almost out of time. We've got one.
Okay.
Give me the opportunity just to wrap up, right? So I just want to say to everybody that joined the call, Victor, I'm sorry we couldn't hear you really nicely, so apologies. But thank you so much, everyone, for joining the call. It was really a good session. I think we need to have more of these sessions because we've got loads of questions that came through from lots of South Africans. So thank you for being part of the session. Okay, wow, that was a fantastic session. So thank you to all the suppliers. It was really, really lovely. It was nice to have a nice conversation and just to really get to know exactly, what your concerns were and how suppliers can address the concerns that you have. So kudos to all the suppliers that joined the session. We did have some challenges, network challenges, but be that as it may, we soldiered on and it worked out quite well. So if you liked the session, please do us a favor. Please remember to like, to share, to subscribe, and to also comment as well, because once you do that, it helps to circulate the video. So being part of the PWA community, it was really insightful, and thank you so much for the questions. I hope you enjoyed the session as much as I did, and I'm looking forward to the next one. So until then, we are out. Be good, be kind. Cheers, goodbye.
If you enjoyed this video, be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. You can look forward to other interesting, informative and compelling content where our CEO, Alton Jenica, interviews suppliers, business owners and entrepreneurs. Also, you'll get a peek into customer installations, renovations, customer testimonials and so much more. If you would like to be featured on our channel, simply email support@propertywithalton.co.za. Do yourself a favor and follow us on our social media platforms @PropertyWithAlton to keep up to date with our latest video releases, home improvement suggestions, top tips, and any exciting announcements. You won't regret it. Thank you for spending time with PWA. PWA, helping you design your space.